I think really when I thought about career when I was growing up, I was very IT driven. I went to Graphics, did my graduate diploma in IT. But of course, it was very hard for me to get a job in the industry. That's when now I had the word retail jobs then. And so I wanted to know more about retail. So I decided to just learn on my own. And I think the most challenging thing through my career was we don't have a retail academy here in Kenya. So basically, we got to learn on the job. But the only challenging thing really in retail at the time when I was doing it was the fact that we learned on the job. So I started as a sales girl, of course, a cashier. And at some point I grew up to like a store supervisor, basically. 2 years after doing sales, and I was promoted to become like a buying officer. That's the title that I gained then. I thought, wow, maybe I could make a career out of retail. Later, I grew up into a product head where I managed a portfolio of the Woolworths brand. Then just from that, then I also grew up becoming my general manager in the year 2010. And then now the rest is history.
I looked for jobs for about 6 months. There was none forthcoming. So a family friend told me about the generation program. So that's when I decided to try it. When I came here, I did about 2 interviews. Then I was accepted into the program.
I was just at home, no job. Then my sister called me. So since I had done the promotion in the supermarkets, I told her that I was comfortable with the retail.
Some of the challenges was getting transport fare from Udiro to here. So sometimes I had to wake up very early in the morning to work.
The way we came to meet with Generation, they were introduced to me by my boss, and they were saying the Generation have a program that they want to set in Kenya, where they want to recruit, people in retail and train them, and then they'll bring you ready materials that will be able to perform what you're looking for. And I think for me it was a bright idea.
So after about 2 days after registration, we started the training, the retail training that is.
The Generation program was about customer service in the retail industry. So in the 4 weeks, we were learning about how to handle customers, different types of customers, and learning about the environment in the retail industry. So we did a lot of simulations.
Which I think it was more of what I was going to meet out there, my place of work. And I think it's helped me quite a lot.
Yes, I will be the best salesperson. What we employers were looking for were performers in the industry. And I think that was a gap. As I said, there's no retail academy in Kenya. So what we tend to do is load them into the business. Then of course they have a learning curve before they start performing for you.
I've been here for 2 months now, and I've learned a lot through that period, though getting used to was a challenge for me. When I got here, like standing for almost around 8 hours was really a challenge for me. I've grown financially, and I've had a lot of experience for those 2 months because I've been interacting with different customers. Yeah, it's too big for you. You can do a medium.
After I finished the program, I was taken for an interview at my current employer's place. Then they told me that I could report the next week. My duties were customer service representative, which mainly deals with taking a customer, showing the IT products that we have in store.
If I reflect back from the classes I went through, the things we were taught at Generation, now I am experiencing them where I'm working now. Because the store is new, customers doesn't know where goods are placed. So each and every time there are questions from the customers.
When you position yourself with knowledge, you become the guru, eh? One of the biggest elements will be your integrity. That I'll keep speaking about, your personal integrity. If you have that value system in you, then it rolls out even into your career world. It's a very tempting world, I should say as well, because here you are, it's retail, and retail is quite big, right from foods into clothing, really. And sometimes if you don't want, you could be tempted otherwise. But I think for me, you just have to have your integrity, what has taken you there, focus on it, and make sure that you're delivering what you're expected to do.
Being in generation has been quite a good experience for me because, okay, I did have a job, but my aim was not exactly to get a job. I think knowledge is more important. Coming into generation has made a difference in my life.